Today we're looking again at phrasal verbs as nouns and adjectives. Got a lot of adjectives today and a few nouns at the bottom. Let's start at the top with the movement adjectives. Now, go on, it means continue, yeah? Carry on, go on. So we talk about an ongoing investigation. It means an investigation which hasn't finished yet. It means a current investigation, one which is still in process. If anything is ongoing, it hasn't finished yet. It's still in the process. Okay, you can talk about incoming emails and outgoing emails, and they're obviously the ones which come in and the ones which go out. So your outgoing emails are your sent emails, and your incoming emails or your incoming text messages, you'll see these words on your phone, by the way. Your incoming text messages are the ones you receive. I think that's all clear. However, outgoing has two meanings. It also means someone who goes out a lot. In other words, someone who is sociable. So it's not just direction, incoming and outgoing. And by the way, you can talk about an incoming missile. We certainly use it in that sense as well, of a missile which is heading straight towards you. But it's also used in the sense of sociable, outgoing. Okay, outstanding is another phrasal adjective with two meanings. It very often means excellent, amazing. His work was outstanding, and it's because it stands out from the crowd. It stands out from the other pieces of work. So if one student's work is outstanding, it's better than the others. It stands out from all the others. However, I got a message recently from a solicitor, and it talked about outstanding issues, outstanding issues to be resolved. And here it means remaining. When they say outstanding like that, it sounds very formal, this adjective, but it means remaining things to deal with. Okay, so if you have some outstanding issues, they're remaining issues. Okay, if you talk about the upcoming festival, it means the festival which is going to happen soon. So upcoming, it means the one which is coming up very soon, yeah? And that's where it's from the phrasal verb come up. When something comes up, it happens. And so if something is upcoming, it's happening in the future very soon. If someone is upstanding, then they are a righteous man. They are honest and downright, perhaps. But they tell the truth, and they're a good member of society. So they are upstanding, an upstanding member of society. If someone is outspoken, this means they are not afraid to speak their own mind. They're not afraid to speak out against things which annoy them, and to speak out in favour of things which perhaps they believe in. And so outspoken, it just means someone who's not afraid to tell other people about their beliefs, and to do so in public even as well, outspoken. Okay, an onlooker is somebody who sees the situation, like a witness, like somebody, like just a passerby who sees the situation. They will be an onlooker too if they see the situation. So both of these are from the phrasal verbs, but these are both nouns. They're not adjectives like these. And an onlooker is a person, and a passerby is a person, maybe a pedestrian, maybe someone else. We also have output and input, which is usually refers to work. When you talk about output, it could be your productivity. We could talk about your output in the office, and it would mean how much work you do, how productive you are. And we also use output and input with computers quite often, and with several other flowcharts, that kind of thing. We talk about the input, what goes into the flowchart, and the output, what comes out. Okay, we can also talk about the upkeep of a building, and that means all the money which you spend on maintaining the building. So some buildings have a very expensive upkeep and some not so expensive. When people have hang-ups, it's very negative. It means they have some kind of emotional anxieties, some kind of problems, fixations, obsessions, some kind of problem in their mind which is causing them great difficulty. And so it's an emotional anxiety, a hang-up. A dropout is somebody who drops out from school, as you probably guessed, or university, and so quite often this is used like used in the sense of a loser, although that may not be true. The intake refers to the amount of something which you take into your body, which you ingest every day. It's usually about food or drink, this, but I suppose it could be anything else like cigarettes as well. So his daily intake of vitamins was low. We could use it in this sense of the amount he ingested every day, the amount he ate. Okay, the uptake. It's actually the rate of acceptance. So if you say the uptake of vaccinations was low, it means the rate of acceptance of vaccinations was very low. But there's a very good phrase here, to be slow on the uptake. And if you are slow on the uptake, it just means it takes time for you to understand what's going on, or someone's explanation of something. You can say, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, I'm a little slow on the uptake. Can you say that one more time? Something like that. The outset just means the beginning of something, can be used in a lot of different ways, and when you set out to do something, you begin to do something. So it's from that phrasal verb, and the outset is what you do at the beginning. It is the beginning, the outset of the film, the outset of the book. At the outset, we say, just like at the beginning. Okay, if someone feels worn out, it usually means they feel knackered. Knackered means very tired, exhausted. Yeah, but a nice informal bit of speech would be something like knackered. Tired out, another one which would work as well. I'm tired out, I'm worn out, I'm exhausted. You can say tired as well, but we often say tired out, worn out, exhausted. Okay, we often talk about run-down buildings, and it means buildings which are in a very poor state of repair. They're in a really, they really look shoddy. They look terrible, and that's we can talk about a run-down part of town as well. If there's a lot of rubbish in this town, all the buildings are old, everything's falling apart, nothing works. That would be a run-down area of town. Okay, if we talk about noses, for example, and say my nose is blocked up, it means congested. But we could also say the motorway is blocked up, and it would mean the motorway is congested. So perhaps congested is a good word here, congested. Stressed out, I think everyone will know this. It's the same as stressed, basically. But I wanted to show you that there is another synonym here, worked up. They're basically the same. When somebody gets worked up, they get stressed out. Worked up could mean a little bit upset as well. Maybe someone is winding their friend up. There's another phrasal verb. Maybe someone is annoying their friend and they're winding them up. And that friend gets worked up, he gets a little bit upset. So it's not necessarily just stressed out, although that worked up would be stressed out. It could also mean upset or something like that, unable to control yourself. Yeah, when you start to have a breakdown, you're certainly worked up. Okay, if somebody is shaken up, that sounds to me like they have had some kind of horrific accident, and then after the accident they're really shocked, they're shaken up, they can't talk properly, they find it difficult to explain what happened, they are shaken up, they're suffering from shock. If somebody is stuck up, then this actually refers to somebody's nose being stuck up in the air, and so it means snobby. If you say those people are so stuck up, it means they're so arrogant, so snobby, they think they are better than everybody else, they look down on other people. Okay, I think that is all of the current phrasal verbs, the ongoing phrasal verbs. They're all the phrasal verbs for today anyway. Please ask questions under the video if you have any questions about these phrasal verbs, and I hope to see you all soon.